Uhuru Kenyatta.
To most observers, the election of the Jubilee government in March last year heralded renewed optimism that lower living costs, reduced unemployment, and expanded opportunities would be urgently tackled. 1 year later, an opinion poll conducted by Ipsos Synovate has shown that Kenyans remain disillusioned about the prevailing cost of living, with half of the poll's respondents citing it as the most serious problem facing Kenya today.
Whereas 55% of those we interviewed in the poorer grouping say that the high cost of living is the most important problem for them. 44%, where households are earning 10,000 shillings or more, say it is the most important problem. Now, it was still the most important problem, even for the wealthier group.
According to the poll, 56% of the respondents believe that the country's general economic conditions have worsened in the last 3 months. The poll goes further to indicate that 64% of the Kenyans polled says things are heading in the wrong direction 1 year since the Jubilee government took over the country's affairs.
With Central, Coast, and Nairobi more or less statistically tied right in the middle. No difference between urban and rural families or households in this regard.
These as motorists and users of kerosene prepare to spend more for every litre of fuel bought. According to the latest maximum pump prices announced by the Energy Regulatory Commission, the price of a litre of super petrol will go up by 2 shillings and 6 cents, while that of kerosene will rise by 84 cents per litre. The price of diesel will, however, reduce by 93 cents a litre. The ERC has attributed the increase in the price of petrol and kerosene to a slight depreciation in the value of the Kenyan shilling to the US dollar, coupled with an increase in the landed cost of imported fuel products. Despite the continued pain at the pump, the government is upbeat that this will not be the case on the electricity front. The Cabinet Secretary in the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum, Davis Chirchir, has said he expects the cost of power to fall drastically by July with the injection of 280 megawatts of geothermal power into the national grid from the soon-to-be commissioned Olkaria 1 and 4 geothermal power stations.
So we'll have by this August 280 megawatts coming onto the grid at 7 cents US, very as compared to the generation capacity rate of about 20 cents today. That's about 300% below that cost.
Nonetheless, judging from the results of Ipsos Synovate's latest opinion poll, it appears the burden of expectation from the masses will remain heavy on the Jubilee government's shoulders in the days and months ahead. Patrick Igunza, Citizen Weekend.